Hey everybody out there, my name is Dragnix, and this is Nexus 1 Core. It is $9.99 on the Steam store, came out today, and it is one of those games where it's got an interesting concept, it adds a little bit, but the thing is, for the price that you're paying and some of the lack of polish on the game, I can't recommend it. And unfortunately, there is somewhat of a good game in here. It may not be my, niche, but I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because it may be for you, it could be, but I'm going to show you rather than, sit here and talk about it. Well, I'm going to do both. Customize ship. You can just customize your ship in terms of 2 colors. Those 2 colors will make a difference. So I'm going to actually choose, let's see, green and... I'm a red person, so red and blue. Let's just go with that. Let's go with the classic red and blue. Alright, we'll play survival, and we'll play on normal. I suck at these games. I'm just going to put that out there right now. So, I wish the loading screen also chose the same colors that you did. That would have been nice. That would have been a cool, extra detail on it. But, it's an endless runner game. It's got Ikaruga concepts in it. Well, what do you mean Ikaruga? Ikaruga is that color shoot 'em up, where you can pass through bullets of the same color. So here... let's see, blue, I can pass through this blue barrier. Red, I can dash through this red barrier. And multicolored, I can pass through both if I choose that multicolor. So, simple concept, and I didn't dash, and I just ran into it. I died. Alright, cool. Simple concept. Now, there is some additional portions to this, but this is the base game. You will see barriers that move at times. Okay, see that? Now, if I go multicolor, it changes position. And so you have to keep that in mind when you're playing. Sometimes it works in terms of like, okay, being able to, move that around at portions. But other times, it feels like it doesn't give you enough time in order to react. You'll notice the shortness of the screen in terms of there isn't a lot of room to maneuver. And if you just, sort of mess up a little bit in terms of like just taking that 1 second to realize what's going on, you may not have enough room to maneuver. It's very much a reactionary game, and for some people that will work. Here it seems like the sort of forgiveness in terms of the game, in terms of like if you don't react rather quickly, it will punish you. And for those people who like that, that's fine. I just think it's a little bit too harsh in this case. Maybe I need to get a little bit... Oops. Nope, I don't need to get any further up because I'll just run right into something. Now, I admit, endless runner games, for me, have got to have a bunch of variety in order for it to, have a lasting appeal. And I think that's where Nexus 1 Core fails, is the fact that once you play it a little bit, it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again. And even though it has separate modes, it just doesn't do the job in terms of keeping it too fresh. Now, on the other hand, I want to show you one of my more favorite modes at this point. Now, the loading screens are a little bit long, at least in my opinion, for a game of this, size. So let's go and collect. Well, what is collect? Well, collect is the same thing, except you're actually trying to collect items on the track, which does add a little bit of difference to it. So we're going to show you here, again on normal. So red and blue, dash through blue. That's colored red and blue, so I'm going to get that and get 5 points. Blue, 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 red, 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 blue. And it seems to be a multiplier there. I don't know if that plays into the score, but we'll find out, I guess. So this one is a little bit better in terms of like, okay, you're being entertained a little bit more. You're paying attention a little bit more. And there's a little bit more variety going on because you have to pay attention to what's going on screen more other than the hazards. Because, again, points. You saw there that I wasn't really paying much attention there and I just smashed myself against the wall. So this one works a little bit better at this point. However, again, it suffers from the fact that it's a lot of the same thing, unfortunately. Which, again, for some people that'll work. That was just silly of me. but other people it's not going to work, and I'm not seeing the appeal here. All right, keep on going. Let's go blue, and then color, and then blue, 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 blue. Now the dash portion is a little bit interesting because while the dash gives you a little bit of a temporary dash, like you've noticed. Oops, should have realized that. There is sort of a period where like you're going to dash into a wall, or in one of those barriers, and then you end up breaking yourself because you didn't distance yourself right. It seems a little bit deceptive at times on that distance, but I can't say that is the game's fault. It's more my fault. There we go. So, yeah, I think what this game really suffers from is just variety. I mean, I've only played about an hour and a half of it now, and it's not keeping my attention like I think it should. All right, we're gonna jump out of here and look at the one of the other modes. All right, there we go. Solo life count. Yes, there's a life count portion of it, which I didn't play because, well, it sort of seemed silly to me. I'm like, life count? What? It's an endless runner with a life count? Yeah, an endless runner with a life count. So we're gonna play on easy here to show you how the game starts off really slow. I really wish they would unlock normal difficulty at the start, because just going through this, it actually took me a little tiny bit of time the first time I needed to unlock normal, because I was just sort of so bored here. I like literally stopped paying attention. Like, I mean, all right, okay. The game also has a tutorial, but didn't teach you about the dash portion in terms of the barriers in question. It did it at the start of the tutorial where you didn't know what dash was, and you thought it was just sort of like cutscene-ish. It doesn't give you any text or anything like that, which I found a little bit weird. So, yeah, I've got apparently 3 lives here. I haven't died yet. See how easy isn't exactly challenging at any sort. Now, it is gaining speed as you go along, so it gets a little bit harder and a little bit harder. All right, I guess, but I'm just, again, I'm not entertained here. It feels too slow for easy to start off with. All right, red, blue, and while there's a cool concept with the Ikaruga style portion of it, it doesn't keep it up. All right, come on. There we go. There we go. Blue, red, blue, red. Up. Almost ran into that. Okay, so there's 1 life. All right, there we go. We're speed 18, so we're going a little bit faster here. Now, you'll notice the room to maneuver isn't that much compared to your ship, and I think that's also a little bit of the problem. You basically have to really use your environment well, and with the random nature of the maps, it's just like sometimes they can throw a section at you that just seems like you weren't anywhere near ready for, like that you couldn't react in a reasonable time frame. Now, again, I'm not good at these games. Maybe for some people it seems like a reasonable one, but for me it was just like, I don't know what you're wanting. Precision seems to be a problem because it's just like the pinpoint precision you need at times just doesn't seem likely. There we go, right? And now maybe with practice and a little bit more playing that you would, but I can't seem to justify that over another game in terms of like another $10 game. All right, so that is Nexus 1 Core at its core. I mean, literally what I showed you is exactly what the game is. Now, hard mode may, up the difficulty, but in this sense, it's the same game in terms of, well, wait a minute, you're just playing the same thing over and over again. So I really can't recommend Nexus 1 Core at its current price. I'm sorry, I just can't. So this is Dragnix signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you all later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have a chance, leave some feedback and comments below. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button. This is Dragnix signing off, hoping that gaming brings as much fun to you as it does for me.